I don't know. A lot of times I could see when guys getting ready to go out and have a match, when getting ready to go out and perform and play wrestler. And for me, coming out of the curtain, that moment in time was frozen because I really believed in what I was getting ready to go out there and do.
Dude, I agree with you 100%. When I was out there, it didn't matter whether it's promo, whether it's a match, and this was the interesting thing. And I don't know how long it took for you to really find yourself as a character and a character that you totally believed in. It took me a while because I remember, in USWA and even in world class and world championship wrestling in Atlanta, I was Steve Austin. I was stunning Steve Austin, but I didn't really know what that meant. All of a sudden, when I kind of started getting up, I come up with that Stone Cold idea, and I turned into Stone Cold, and I started growing into that character. And I was the BMF, and I believed that I could beat anybody's ass. I believed it was 120% shoot. Now I was working, but I believed it, and that to me is for me because I remember one time we was riding down the road. Primetime Brian Lee was in the back. I was driving. Tom Pritchard was riding shotgun. And he said, Steve, he goes, what's so stunning about stunning Steve? And I didn't have an answer for him. And he said, prime time. He goes, what's so prime time about Brian Lee? He didn't have an answer. But as Stone Cold, I had that answer. And the comfort to perform within that character, I was way better in that ring when I was Stone Cold than trying to be something else because my mind, my mindset, my belief system was so that's all that existed. It was a total shoot for me.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to come up with that same type of presentation or mindset?
I'm gonna tell you, man, those karate movies that I watched from when I was a kid, man, I always had that one mindset because of the boss. And all of those karate movies, that I watched, the boss was, he was badass, and every time someone tested the boss, he showed how real he had to be with those guys. All those, Shaft movies I watched, you know what I mean? Richard Roundtree was badass, man. You know what I mean? He didn't take no shit off nobody, and I wanted to be like Shaft. I mean, that's what Can You Dig It Sucker came from. Me watching those movies, and just for me, I always knew my role. When I remember Big Van Vader, God rest his soul. My first pay-per-view in WCW, it was my first pay-per-view. I'm in the main event, and Big Van Vader, he asked me, "Hey, man, you think you really ready for this?" And he was shooting. He was really shooting because I was green, and I go, "Hell yeah, I'm ready for this, man. I've been training for this. This is a moment that I've been relishing for a long time. But I knew what my job was that night was to go out there and bump for all of those old guys, make them look good, make them shine like new money. And then when I get in the back, they're going to say, kid, you did a good job. You know what I mean? So I was trained to know what the test was in order to go out there and pass the test, even, when I first got into WCW.
Well, from watching the movies that you watched, we're going to get to some MMA in just a second, but watching the movies that you were watching, working with Scott Casey and Ivan Putski, who was a showman, like, who stressed to you that you need to be strong as a character? Not just a worker going through the motions, that character, because I believe that going through the motions is one thing, but when you have that all-encompassing character that people can buy into, when you combine all those things, I think that's when you draw money and you sell tickets.
Steve, I think that's the reason why I'm still here today. I think that's why I'm still, relevant, because, I think as yourself, it's never really been about me along this journey. I mean, of course, I've been reaping the benefits of it, but it's always been about getting the script. I mean, how many characters have you been? And every time you got the script, you went out there and tried to make it the best you possibly could. And when Stone Cold Steve Austin came, that's the one that stuck, of course. But all the time getting to that point, you made it the best you possibly could along the way. So for me, getting the role, man, and taking that role and enhancing that role and making it, what I wanted it to be, no matter what it was. It was G.I. Bro. I was G.I. Bro back in the day. And Dallas Page, he told a story, I was listening to him, and he goes, he came by and he saw me in the mirror and he goes, man, what are you doing? I'm like, Man, I used to work for a living, man. You know what I mean? I used to have nothing, and now I'm doing something. I'm having fun. So my brother told me, my brother Stevie, he said, man, I'm going to help you get a job. He said, and the only thing I'm asking you to do, man, is, don't make me look bad, man. He said, man, just do the job to the best of your ability. I don't care if it's sweeping floors. I don't care if it's washing windows. He said, man, just do the job to the best of your ability to what next comes along. And he said, if you could do that, man, I'm going to help you. That's what he told me when I came home from prison. And I believe in that to this day, man. Every script that I've gotten, I just went out and did the job. Becoming the world champion, that's not something that I went home and dreamed about or anything. I just wanted to go out and be the best guy on the card each and every night, whether I was or not. Whether I was top 5, in the business or not. You know what I mean? I was going to try to make it, look that way. I was going to try to feel that way each and every time I went out and performed, no matter what the role was, man. Every time they gave me something, Booker T and Goldust, I want to go out there and make it the best that it was and entertain the fans to the utmost that I possibly could.